For many, many years, in fact, up until 2015, we've utilised the Beaufort Bomber Memorial in the parkland here on the Anzac Bargara. It's not a dedicated war memorial as such. It just commemorates a couple of events. Sadly, three aircrew died in one of those events. Because of the size and the continuing growth of the event, we've found that we then have the diggers who we respect at one end near the memorial, and the crowd stretches southward for quite some distance and they can't see. So this year, with the federal government's assistance, we've built a new memorial right smack bang in the middle of in the CBD area. This is an area where the diggers can line up, they can be the centre of attention, the crowd can gather up and down the foreshore parkland and give them the respect that they're due.
At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget.
It wasn't very far from the Somme River. We were sent into the line there, into a line of trenches, and they were mostly excavated in mud. So they were bloody collapsing as fast as it was possible to move in them. The mud was collapsing with the vibration caused by a lot of marching feet. On the duck boards, because we were marching on duck boards, sometimes you'd slip off a duck board and you'd be up to your knees almost, in mud, clinging, stinking, bloody mud, composed mainly of the blood and guts of your predecessors in those places. And, oh Jesus, I hate to think of it now, I don't want to remember it. But it was bloody, for a young boy as I was then, I was only 16. Now I'm making apologies for myself now, which I should not be doing. I should bloody well be proud of the fact that I was there. I wasn't proud. I was bloody frightened. I was scared bloody stiff. And I don't want to remember it. I'm bloody sorry to remember it. I try to eradicate it from memory. But it's not possible. It's not possible to eradicate some of those things.
Today, April 25th, 2015, the centenary of Anzac, we pause to remember. We remember the Anzacs, the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. We remember the contribution of their brothers and sisters from New Zealand.
That freedom is the sure possession of those alone who have the courage to defend it.
I do not like war. War is a word of only 3 letters. W for war memorials, such as our Bargara one, facing the sea. A for Anzac Day, and R for remembering.
Each has gained a glorious grave, not the burial vault of earth where they lie, but the living tomb of everlasting remembrance, wherein their glory is enshrined, for the whole earth is a tomb of heroes. Monuments may rise, and tablets be set up to them in their own land, that no pen or chisel has traced, not on stone or brass, but on the living hearts of humanity.
Please celebrate your achievements and protecting this wonderful land and lifestyle that we enjoy so much. Let's keep together.
The courage, the service and the sacrifices made by Australians in all theatres of war and peacekeeping operations. 100th anniversary of Gallipoli, the heartbeat of nature in the narcissistic age, courage in a time of great fear, sacrifice at a time of great self-centeredness, and endurance for the time when many simply quit. Our young men fought for God, King or Queen and country. There came quickly an awareness of the frailty and the temporality of life, and also the enduring nature of heaven. I would ask the children in the crowd this morning to remember. Remember this day. The day you woke up so early. Remember this morning, watching those silent marches, asking you in the dark.
How do you see Anzac Day? What's your thoughts?
I see it as a day to remember all those who have died and gone to war.
It's a great honour to know that Australians went to war for us, but it's also sad to know that they died for us as well.
I see Anzac Day is to remember why they fought for us, and it's because of our freedom, and I think you need to be grateful for it. I know it's a terrible thing, but you need to remember it.
To any soldiers who have been to wars and survived, I would think they would be very proud, and I would thank them for everything they've done to make Australia a better place.
I just want to say thank you to all those Anzacs who went out and fought for our freedom. I couldn't imagine Australia and New Zealand to not be free countries and to be under strict laws and not being able to be free. And I'm sorry for all the lives that were lost, and yeah, thank you.
The local kids here don't just come here because they're told to come here by their parents, which I think a lot of people would imagine would be the case. The kids come here because they want to. They're telling their parents that they want to be a part of this tradition.
Take these men as your example. Like them, remember prosperity can only be for the free.
We pray that we would be aware of what it costs to bring us the liberty and the freedom that we have today. I pray that our hearts would never forget that peace is not negotiated, it is won at a great price. Just have a look around. We have got thousands and thousands. So I'd just like to thank you all very, very much.
We started in 1997, so next year will be our 20th anniversary. And we started expecting 50 people at the first one. We ended up with 250 people. And now we're talking over 10,000 people gathered here in 2015 for the Gallipoli Centenary.